Alright, so a dream that I had on January 3rd of this year, January 3rd, 2026. I went on a trip with my parents to another city. I had the kids with me, and they had their dogs. On the last day of the journey, they had an appointment somewhere in the city, and I stayed back at the hotel. I guess they took the kids with them because they weren't with me. I was rounding up everyone's stuff to pack and had questions about what was ours. There were a lot of high-end hair care and body care products in all the rooms. I called and texted a few times, but no one answered. So I just gathered the things that looked like they had been used. The rooms were all connected like a suite, so it was almost like a house, the way that there were multiple rooms and they were all connected in separate bathrooms. But it was a hotel, quote unquote. When I was done packing up, I went exploring through the hotel, and there were public pools on the bottom floor. These pools were lined with changing rooms, and then I noticed each changing room had a litter box in it. Suddenly there were house cats everywhere, and strangely there was no litter mess or hairballs, even considering it's a tiled pool area. It did really stink though. And there were a lot of people coming and going, and everyone complained about the litter box smell, but no one did anything about it. They just kept coming and going from the public pools. The dressing rooms were always full, and the same blue and black towel hung over the doors. The towel, it was blue and black and had this weird pattern on it. I don't know how to describe the pattern, but it was geometric. I guess a blue and black geometric pattern on these towels. And then the dream shifted, and I was back in the room. Almost all of my parents' stuff was gone, as were they. The few items left behind seemed quite expensive, but we were at this weird hotel thing. I did ask over text and tried calling to see if they'd be back, but they still didn't answer. So I gathered their belongings anyway, or what I assumed was their belongings. Hair care products mostly. One I saw a brand name, it's a 10, and then there was another well-known brand with an iron and comb. It was in a sunflower yellow colored bottles. Don't know what brand that is, but there might be one. And the iron and comb set were still on and very hot. So while I was waiting on the iron and comb to cool off, I wandered around the suite and discovered baskets of free samples of luxury brands. And on one of the baskets, there was a digital camera already attached to a monopod, and it had this cold shoe light attached to it, and the light was shaped like a daisy. I don't know why that stood out, but the light on the camera was shaped like a daisy, and there was actually a case on the camera too. It was teal with little white daisies all over it. And then the dream shifted again, and I was back in my house, but there had been an addition to it. That was an upstairs public pool. The public pools are getting weird. There were no changing rooms, and people kept coming into the house looking for somewhere to change. There, the dream trailed off into X-rated dreams, as if I missed the feeling of that more than the desire for respect. And that's a story from a different time. But in my retrospect, after reading back this dream, I typed all of these up out of my journal this morning. I did have some after notes right after writing down this dream in my journal. I had feelings of loneliness, invisibility, being infringed upon, boundaries being crossed, being taken for granted, and then a nudge to film it like I'm doing now. And I know Lord Jesus has been working on me and making me rest. There are nights when I'm trying to write or record anything, and I just cannot focus whatsoever. I just sit there and stare off into space, and then I go lay down and I'm asleep instantly. And so I don't know what else is going to happen when spring rolls around, when the new year comes, but I'm excited. to experience whatever that is, whatever Jesus is doing. I'm excited. I'm here. Ride or die.